Today we're going to discuss climates and a special type of graph called a climograph. So climate and weather sometimes can be confusing, the difference between the two. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere. It might be temperature, humidity, precipitation, cloudiness, visibility, wind. Where climate is long-term. It's the weather of a place averaged over a period of time, normally more than 30 years. It's statistical weather information. So we'll look at normal weather and we'll look at the range of weather extremes. So that's where you hear like the temperature for today is 60 degrees. The average temperature is 65. The historical low, the historical high. When we talk about those long-term, that's climate. When we say the weather for today that's weather. So we have here what's called a climograph. So a climograph shows two things. It shows temperature and it shows precipitation. This type of graph is called a double axed graph. So we have two y-axes and the labels are going to be slightly different. Some climographs have temperature on this side, some have it on that side. It doesn't matter which sides they're on, but we're going to still always have these two axes. Across the bottom is always going to be the months of the year. Many times we're going to see single letters to represent the months, but we're going to see a calendar year, January through December. The temperature is always shown as a line graph with the dots symbolizing the different temperatures. The precipitation is always shown as a bar graph. So we can use the two pieces of information together, temperature and precipitation, to tell you what the average weather in that area is, or what the climate is. So here I have three different examples of climate graphs. This is your temperature. And this side is amount of precipitation. So how do we make a climate graph? Remember that your temperature is always going to be a line graph, and your rainfall or precipitation is always going to be a bar graph. Identify your axes, which side's temperature, which side's precipitation, and then we're going to simply make a graph. I'm going to start with the temperature. So in January, my temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. February, it was 11. And I'm going to keep going, making my graph. When I'm done, I'm going to connect my lines. Once I had temperature graphed, I'm now going to graph precipitation. You could do this in any order. I just decided to go temperature, then precipitation. Remember that precipitation is going to be a bar graph, and I'm going to be looking at this side. So here I have 6 different climate graphs. Notice on these climate graphs, we have precipitation on the left and temperature on the right.